What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing the Chicago Bulls weekly episode where we discuss the previous week for the Chicago Bulls, a very positive week for the Chicago Bulls, discuss some rewards and discuss the upcoming week for the Chicago Bulls that could be seen as a fairly shorter week compared to all the other weeks where there's at least 4 or 5 games going on and stuff of that nature. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and what type of week they had in the previous week. Are you happy with the previous week and what's to come in the upcoming week? It's going to be a difficult week, ladies and gentlemen, but hey, look, difficult weeks might be exactly what we need because we have beaten some of the best competition in the NBA over the last 11 games, and that is fantastic to see. And maybe that's the type of challenge that we need to keep this momentum going. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's not right. But I also wanted to say, once again, a very Merry Christmas to everybody celebrating this holiday season. And, in those Christmas moments and stuff like that, obviously, it is, I guess, of occasion to get gifts and receive gifts and stuff of that nature. Now, I'm not going to be giving gifts away. I'm not in the capability to do that. But I did receive a gift for myself that I think you guys would like. Again, we tend to see a lot of different things around this channel, and the main thing that's pretty much very consistent is hats. As you can see, it's probably a little bit filled with cat hair, but this is a Bulls hat that you could barely see. But maybe it's about time to build that collection. So without further ado, as you see my very bald head right now, give it a second. Boom! What do you reckon? Do you like the hat? Do you not like the hat? Let me know in the comments below. But enough about that. I love doing that, when it comes every year, there's like a different hat that's going to come around. So that's crazy. But anyway, the Chicago Bulls had 4 games this week, and we ended up going in a positive 3-1 direction. Now, that is why I am very much happy with the Chicago Bulls in the week that they have had. Because, look, the last game against the Cavs was definitely a downer. It was a bummer. It wasn't nice. It really wasn't. But at the end of the day, 3 more wins than losses, and the opposition that we have played this week and beaten is something that I'm going to take note of and take as a positive over a negative. And it starts off with the Philadelphia 76ers, where we saw the Bulls play some very solid team basketball, and Philly kind of had some struggles there. But we won this game away from home, snapping Philadelphia's winning streak 108 to 104. Who can complain about beating Philadelphia away from home? I mean, if anybody has any complaints about a game like that, I don't know if sports is the right, thing for you. You have to be, in my eyes, someone that looks at that game and says, wow, okay, that's the Chicago Bulls I want to see. A team that's going to come in, be competitive against the best teams in the East, at home, away from home, and deliver solid performances. And that is exactly what we saw against Philadelphia. But then we turn to the game where we played the in-season tournament champions in the Los Angeles Lakers, and this was not just, I guess, a average Los Angeles Lakers team. This was probably the best team that they could put out there. LeBron, AD, both playing in this game. Their team fairly healthy. The Bulls, obviously, no Torrey Craig, no Zach LaVine, no Lonzo Ball, but anyway, it is what it is. I don't really want to get into that as of now, but the Bulls won this game 124 to 108. A game where 8 players for the Chicago Bulls got into double figures and therefore delivered a fantastic performance overall. Very, very happy with that Chicago Bulls team. Very happy with that Chicago Bulls performance. Again, it's a warm, fuzzy feeling inside knowing that you delivered a great game against a great opposition. You don't often get to see that you don't only see them twice a season. And we delivered a great performance like that. So that was obviously a very nice thing to see. It's always fun to see LeBron and AD as well. Again, how many times are you going to see LeBron James in the near future? We don't have that many opportunities to go and see LeBron James these days, or to go and watch LeBron these days. So it's nice to kind of get that 1 or 2 moments a season where you get to see him, you get to see him play, and hopefully try to beat him. And that's exactly what we did in this game. And then you go to the San Antonio Spurs game, a back-to-back. We won this game 114 to 95. It wasn't pretty, but this was a survival game for the Chicago Bulls. We survived in this game. We walked away with a win that looked comfortable, but for the most part was not that comfortable. We did some good things. We kept Wembanyama to a career low 7 points. We did some solid things on the defensive end, but our three-point shot was not falling at all, but we dominated the painted area. We walked away with the win. Last but not least, the game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We lost this game 109-95. The 4 games in 6 days, whatever you want to call it, a difficult stretch, but this was a game that a lot of people are upset with. Again, no Donovan Mitchell, no Darius Garland, no Evan Mobley, no Caris LeVert. You would arguably say these are their best players, maybe outside Jared Allen, who did play. Max Strauss as well, you know, he's been solid as well, and he had a great game against the Bulls. He always has great games against the Bulls, but whatever the case may be, let's be honest. This is a game we should have walked away from a win from, and we didn't. We let ourselves down here. We fell into the trap, and that is something we have to learn from in the future. Not playing down to the opponent's level. That is something we have to keep in mind. Okay, but speaking of 3-1, happy with that. Let's look at the awards. Starting off with the must improve of the week, and I am not going to give a must improve of the week. Again, I think a 3-1 record is all you can really ask for as a Bulls team. You can't expect this Bulls team to walk out of every single game with a win. I'm fully aware of that, and it's a very positive week. It's a very good week for the Chicago Bulls. We should be happy with that. I don't feel the need to critique and target a player who maybe didn't have strong games, but did contribute in some way, form, or fashion. So I'm going to leave it as it is. Let's turn into, of course, the defensive player of the week. In this one, I'm going to go back to the guy that is easily our best defender, and that is Alex Caruso. Now, I think out of every game, Alex Caruso did struggle against the Cleveland Cavaliers and did struggle guarding Porter Jr. from the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that, again, it's something that I give credit to the player, Porter Jr., compared to giving critique to Alex Caruso, because every other week, every other game, he was absolutely phenomenal. Still getting steals, still getting massive chase down blocks every single game, it feels like. He's had a fantastic defensive week overall. My 6th man of the week, I really loved how Andre Drummond played this week. I loved how Andre Drummond played this week, and I'm going to give him the 6th man of the week. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. Yes, I know Ayo also had very strong games this week as well, but I feel like Andre Drummond made some massive differences this week. And again, there's a lot of people walking out of this week kind of feeling Andre Drummond should be getting extended minutes after the games he's been playing. And that is the type of week that he had. My player of the week, it's a very close and fine margin type of thing. There's 3 guys in this contention. Obviously, Kobe White still had a great week. Couple of 17-point performances, couple of 24-point performances, not too shabby. DeMar DeRozan, back to the consistent DeMar DeRozan that we all know and love. That was good to see. And a surprising one for me is Patrick Williams. Again, the best 3-point shooter this week was Patrick Williams. Probably some of the best plus minuses on the team in the entire week. Even though his stats don't necessarily reflect the player of the week candidacy, I think his impact on the court should put him in this conversation. But with that being said, I think I'm going to give it to DeMar DeRozan. I thought DeMar DeRozan was absolutely sensational for the most part this week. Carried us in games where we needed to be carried and brought us to some close to competitive ends to some games. Wasn't a perfect week for DeMar DeRozan, but nonetheless, it was still good enough for me. And I will take DeMar DeRozan's performances, and hopefully he can continue those types of performances in the near future. But with that being said, let's turn to what's to come for the Chicago Bulls. We got a game in a couple of days' time against the Atlanta Hawks at home. A very tough game for the Chicago Bulls. We always have tough games against the Atlanta Hawks. So we'll see if this is just another one to add fuel to the fire. Again, I think our biggest weakness as a team sometimes is pick and roll defense. When you have guys like Nikola Vucevic playing, pick and roll defense will be a problem. But we'll see if we'll be able to overcome something like this in the future. We'll see. Time will tell. Trae Young could go off. Trae Young could have a quiet game. And the rest of the Atlanta Hawks team could follow suit. Let's wait and see. And then the next game after that will be against the Indiana Pacers, another in-season tournament finalist team. They didn't win the in-season tournament, but a team to be fearful of. I believe we've already versed Indiana in the past. I'm just going to quickly double check here. And we did win that game 112-105. So maybe that could be one of those games where it's at home. We might have the Indiana Pacers number. Maybe we could wait and see what they do. They are one of the best offensive teams in the NBA, so we've got to be very mindful of that and bring our defensive energy from the get-go. And then the last game that the Bulls have this week is against the Philadelphia 76ers. We are versing Philly once again. This time it will be at home, and this will be a tough game without a shadow of a doubt. Joel Embiid cooked us before. Will he cook us again? That's going to be me. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Hopefully you enjoyed Bulls Weekly. Have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.